It looks like another budget showdown. The president is bracing for a battle with Republicans over the debt ceiling. And to avoid a government shutdown, House Republicans want to take down the president's health care plan. Mike Vaquera joins us now live from Washington with more on that. Mike?
Well, John, you're right. We've seen this movie before. The government is about to run out of money. The debt ceiling has to be raised or the nation will default. It all could happen within the next month, and with no compromise in sight, many are asking why Washington dysfunction is bringing the country to the brink yet again.
The House will be in order.
Tea Party conservatives demand that any deal to keep the government funded and running must also defund the new health care law. Faced with a revolt from his rank and file, today House Speaker John Boehner quickly agreed.
Our goal here is to cut spending and to protect the American people from Obamacare. It's as simple as that.
That, said President Obama, is a non-starter.
You have never seen in the history of the United States the debt ceiling or the threat of not raising the debt ceiling being used to extort a president or a governing party and trying to force issues that have nothing to do with the budget and have nothing to do with the debt.
Two financial cliffs are coming up fast. The government runs out of money October 1st. Unless Congress acts, there will be a shutdown. Then, sometime in late October, the national debt will go over $16.7 trillion, its legal ceiling. If Congress doesn't vote to raise it, the nation could face financial default. It's an annual game of chicken. The last time a debt deal was reached, it resulted in sequester, the automatic indiscriminate cuts of $1 trillion that many are now feeling the effects of. But this time, a compromise seems far from reach. Congressional scholar Tom Mann says the system is broken and blames Republicans.
This is a matter of taking the country down, of ideological zealotry so dominating the motivations of Republican members, combined with a belief that many of them who don't believe it, who don't believe doing this, defeated by other more conservative Republicans, are going forward with it.
In a typical congressional election, almost 90% of House seats are safe. There's virtually no chance of losing to a member of the opposite party. But sitting Republicans face an internal threat if they don't toe the conservative line, a primary challenge from the right, funded by millions from outside groups like the Club for Growth.
Well, what's the point of having a Republican office if all they're going to do is vote to grow the size of government just a little bit slower than the Democrat? If the Democrats are driving the car off the cliff at 80 miles an hour and the Republicans slow that down to 65, well, we're still going off the cliff.
But rigid orthodoxy can put GOP leaders in a box, weakening their hand and narrowing party appeal. Brian Walsh spent 4 years working to get Republicans elected to the Senate.
Well, this is the age-old story in Washington about power and money. You should question your priorities when you're spending all your time attacking Republicans and not doing a thing about the Democrats who are up for re-election next year, particularly when Republicans have a great opportunity to win back the Senate next year.
And, John, part of the problem is much more basic for Republicans. Some of these red meat conservatives that they are nominating in primaries are too conservative in the general election. They're losing elections in the Senate in places like Nevada and Delaware and in Indiana, John.
All right, Mike Vaquera at the White House tonight. Mike, thank you very much. And for more on the possible shutdown and the Fed's decision to extend the stimulus program, let's